The regular season is back, and that means Anthony Edwards is back. The Blazers were a really tough out for Minnesota in Game 1. They really didn't find their rhythm at all as a team all night, but Anthony Edwards had 41 points, a number of huge plays late in the game, and then a win to cap it all off. It's only one game in a long season, but we got to see one of the most impeccable offensive displays we will see all season from Edwards. And with him, it's never really going to be about the talent, it's always going to be about reading that defense and letting the talent that he has build from seeing the game. In Game 1, we did get to see the perfect example of what that means. So for him, everything really does revolve around what coverage the defense is throwing at him. For Portland, with a big man like Donovan Clingan, they want to keep him in drop coverage where he sits off the ball screen like this, and that's when that walk up triple here is the exact shot that Ant needs to live off against that coverage. That's always good process against drop coverage, regardless of make or miss. If this defender gets through the screen, rather than attacking this boxes and elbows shell, calling for the rescreen and then opening up this pocket to shoot from is always going to be the right read. That's the kill shot for Edwards against drop coverage defenses, and that's the number one thing he developed last season when he became one of the best shooters in the league. If the big sags off, he's going to use them as a crosshair on the pull-up. In this game though, we did see him add an extra layer to attacking this drop coverage. So here, when the defense pushes up just a bit as he comes off the pick, he uses his hesitation, attacks that big, and he's got multiple defenders over helping now, and a kick out pass leads to the defender having to split two, and they get an open corner three out of it. Again, they're using whoever is on the big as a screener, but if the defender gets through, Ant gets to the second level of the defense, draws the big into the paint with him, and then uses the pass to get the defense into rotation and open up better looks for his teammates. So this is both taking what the defense gives you and forcing the defense into a bind. Both things are true here. Like, he is going to get the drop coverage that he likes here, but it's good defense. He's shifting off rescreens, trying to find an opening, and then forcing a third defender to slide over, because that's where he can punish the defense from and open up driving lanes and post the dunks for his teammates. But really, Anthony Edwards is not going to face drop coverage all game. So then he's got to make those different reads as these different defenses switch up. I like how Portland pre-switched these two defenders to get Clingan out of the action when Gobert comes up to screen, but then you've got Ant on an island, and that's where the step back three comes into play. Along with the pull up off a ball screen, the step back against a switch or in an isolation became such a huge part of Ant's game last season, and even if he's changing up his shot diet just a little bit, it's still going to be there in these situations again. If teams are going smaller though, and just switching through these on-ball defenders and throwing multiple different wings at him, he can also get downhill with no true big here to defend him at the rim. There's kind of different players needed for different situations, and he managed that really well in Game 1. Even if the defense is still in that shell, drop coverage Ant is gone, and downhill Ant can come out if there's no bid here protecting the rim. Now, the reason Edwards has put so much work into the mid-range this summer is because shots like this aren't always going to be there. Whether it's against drop or in ISOs or switches, teams are going to really pack the paint against him a ton. So if he comes off and that big is really low protecting the rim, he can use the space there to find a suitable shot still. Again, we know by now teams are going to sell out on Ant to stop him getting to the rim. Even if it's against a smaller lineup, look how many are there building that wall, so stepping back into this open shot is a weapon if he's making it at a high enough clip. It's been said before, but this is a playoff shot. The kind of shot that isn't analytically friendly, but it's important for a high usage superstar, and it's important late in games just like this one. Portland are going small again, and Minnesota are flattening out the defense here, but what they do really cleverly, Portland, is hold this helper here and leave McDaniels even when he changes sides of the floor, so when Ant goes left, Holiday is still standing there in his way, and again, it's the step back in the mid-range that he goes to avoid that defender. That's where the mid-range matters. Anthony Edwards needs to be the one who's taking that shot late in games, but it needs to be while he's reading the defense. Like if he gets into the mid-range and multiple defenders sell out to stop him, that drop-off pass is the perfect counter, and he hasn't always had that counter in his bag. We saw a bunch of other examples of him taking what the defense gives him on opening night as well. If he's coming off actions, like this double pin down and then the ghost screen, when the defender does chase DiVincenzo on that ghost screen, he hits that opening on the drive and gets into that short mid-range area away from the rim protector. I love that action, and I really love that read from Edwards. And with no feasible point guard in the rotation right now, he's going to have to run a lot of the initiation by himself. He's initiating it here and then coming off this little pin down curl, and it's a great way to find a catch and shoot look where he's really so deadly. Again, it was only the first game of the season, but this was just the perfect blend of scoring, playmaking, reading the defense, and then executing at a high level for 48 minutes from Edwards. If this is the level that he's going to be at this season, we're going to have a lot of fun watching him. If you like this video, hit subscribe, leave a like, or comment down below to tell me what you want to see and help grow the channel. Thanks again for watching.